So I've lost count of how many times we've been to the dog park in Whitehorse. But Freddie and Una are really enjoying it. There's nobody else here right now. It's about 9:30 on Sunday morning. We're going to be leaving and heading back to Watson Lake tomorrow, but we'll probably hit the dog park again later today and probably first thing tomorrow morning before I go and pick up the groceries that we need to take back to use in the cabin. So right now there's nobody else here, which is disappointing for the dogs. It's been really nice to be able to bring them here and let them have a bit of a run without having to be on leash. It's a really nice dog park. It's been a little bit muddy back in this area here with the rain and stuff, but other than that, it's really nice. And the people that I've met here have been really nice and mostly dog people. It was supposed to go down to -1 last night here. It doesn't really feel like it. It's overcast and pretty solid, but it doesn't feel like it was as cold as it was forecast to be. I'm going to go and hang out at the library after we leave the dog park and get some more editing done. It's a really nice environment there. The Wi-Fi is pretty good. The place is quite nice. They've got lots of seating where you can sit and use your computer. Not so many table ones. You can sit with it on your lap, but it's quite nice. There's lots of seating there, and I've noticed quite a few regulars in the days that I've been going who come in every day and work on their computers, whether they are just getting out of the house to do that or they're travelers. There's been a few vans I've noticed in the parking lot that have had people in it, obviously camping in their vans still, or living in their vans, I don't know. I even saw one car camper there with a couple. But yeah, I'm gonna head over there. We've just been out for our last walk of the day along the Yukon River by Shipyards Park, which has become our regular thing to do. Just been at McDonald's and used their bathroom, brushed my teeth, and we're now going to be heading back to our regular spot for the night, which has worked out really, really well. I'm really happy with the place that I've been staying. There's been no issues whatsoever except for Friday and Saturday night, last night and the night before, when, oops, my water bottle just fell over, when it was a little bit rowdy around the area. There's obviously a bar, and that is the seatbelt sign going, because I haven't got the seatbelt plugged in with my cooler on it. So it's going to, you know, sound like a bomb is going to go off. The place in downtown Whitehorse that has designated pull-through RV parking along the Yukon River, there are 5 spots total, but they're long enough for a truck and a trailer, not a huge trailer, but a truck and a trailer to park in. And if it's a van, another van can pull in behind, or if it's a small Class C, another van or whatever can pull in behind. So there's been anywhere from 4 to 6 or 7 RVs of different sorts parked there every night, and a couple of big old overlanders from Europe, some very muddy ones that have obviously been up the dumpster. Tonight is our last night here. We'll be heading back to Watson Lake tomorrow. I have to pick up the groceries that we'll need for the cabin. I need to grab dog food and cat food, some fresh non-perishable type vegetables. What else do I need? Oh, raisins and craisins, I think. My list isn't very long, but it's long enough that once I've bought that stuff, I won't be able to sleep in the car. I thought about getting some totes and putting the stuff in the totes and then strapping them on the roof, but I don't really want to do that. I don't want to put super heavy stuff right on the roof. The stuff that I brought up last year wasn't really heavy, so it's just getting it piled on the bed in the back, and I'll leave room for the dogs, obviously. That's the plan for tomorrow. Then heading back to Watson Lake. It's a 4.5 hour drive from Whitehorse to Watson Lake, and because I don't travel particularly fast, I think it's 190, 110 in a couple places along the Alaska Highway between here and Watson Lake, and I usually travel about 100, so it may be more like 5 hours, but whatever. And then I'll be meeting Trev there tomorrow night. He's just got back from a week's long camp out with the ranger group from Watson Lake that he is a part of, and he'll be staying at the little cabin tonight, and then he has a follow-up meeting for that camp out and the whole exercise thing that they've been doing tomorrow night. So we'll meet in Watson Lake tomorrow night and head back to the little cabin later together. And I'm going to go and grab a shower and do some laundry while he's at his meeting. So I think that'll work out quite well. We're back at our camping spot. So here we are back at our stealth camping spot, and I'm going to get myself finished getting ready for bed and climb in the back and hopefully have a good night's sleep. I was really tired this afternoon. I went to the library twice today and got another video edited and uploaded and everything. When I was finished, I was just about falling asleep. So I didn't think I slept that badly last night. But yeah, I don't think I did. Maybe I'm just catching up on lost sleep. Last night at this spot, which is okay. I'm ready to move out of the car for the time being. This will be the last car camping trip for the season. I won't be out in the car again until spring, summer. I'm not sure when. We'll talk to you in the morning. Good morning. So that was our last night in Whitehorse, and we are now heading off to our McDonald's to get our cup of coffee and take the dogs out for a bit of a pee before I head off into the day. It was really windy last night, but there's some blue sky up there. It looks like it might be a nice day. But we're not going to be able to hang around and enjoy it here in Whitehorse. We're going to be heading back to Watson Lake, meet up with Trev, get out to the little cabin, and then the fun begins. And look at the snow up there. There's so much more than there was just a couple of days ago. Winter's just around the corner. Leaving Whitehorse, got all my groceries in the back. Poor dogs have just enough room to lie down. Got myself a McDonald's coffee to get me on the road, and it's been really nice, despite the weather, to hang out and get to know the city of Whitehorse. I think if I had to live in a city, this would be one of my choices. It's been really nice. The people have been super nice. And there's just a different vibe to this city. In the Yukon, this is where people work who want to live up here. I just talked to a girl this morning who is from France. And 4 years ago, she moved to Whitehorse from France. And she has told her family back in France that she will never move back to France after living here. She loves it here. She doesn't have her dream job. She is a social worker, but because of the different qualifications and schooling and stuff like that, she can't transfer her social worker certificate or whatever from France to Canada. So she's working someplace else that she's not very happy at and is hoping to be able to find something better. But in the meantime, she loves Whitehorse, and there is just a feeling in the Yukon that you can't describe. I've heard it called the call of the Yukon, and it is a real thing. I hear it myself every time we're here. I hear that call of the Yukon. I love it up here. I love being at our cabin. I love the scenery. I love the little towns, as few of them as there are, but it's still pretty special up here. And I hope it stays that way. So this is the Yukon River that you drive along as you're coming into town and leaving town. And we'll be heading up the hill, up onto, well, this is technically the Alaska Highway, but the Alaska Highway also goes above town. There are so many things to do here. If you love the outdoors, it's definitely a great place to be, especially if you love winter sports. Cross-country skiing is big here. They have a cross-country ski area right outside of town. They have a huge sports complex with all kinds of activities there. It really is a pretty spectacular place. You can see my co-pilot's in the back there, and I've got Gracie sitting here on the console between the two seats. There's not a whole lot of room anymore. There's so much stuff back there. I've got big bags of dog food and cat food and cabbages and carrots and all kinds of root vegetables that keep up at the cabin for the winter. I am looking rather windblown because it's really windy here today. Lots of leaves coming out of the trees.